Internet, what's up? I'm Christiane Cordero, and this is the 734 from WCCO. We know most of you are about to head out the door, maybe head to work, so let's get you started. First things first with your 7:30 forecast. It's going to be pretty cloudy throughout the day today is what Mike Augustinak was saying throughout his forecast. We're going to hit the low 40s by this afternoon and staying mild, 39. It is amazing how warm relatively that feels compared to how we felt much of last week. So that's what your day looks like. So now let's talk about this. An extra charge for using a paper or plastic bag could soon be coming to Minneapolis. The Minneapolis City Council is considering an ordinance today that would add 5-cent charge to one-time used bags. It would affect both paper and plastic bags at grocery stores and other retailers. It's an effort to reduce the use of bags we only use once, but opponents are afraid that it will hurt small businesses or restaurants where every penny matters. So what do you think about this? The easy way to avoid paying the fee is to bring your own bag, but if you don't have any or if you forget, would you be okay paying a nickel? Would a nickel charge be enough incentive to just be that extra reminder? I know sometimes I leave my reusable bags at home on accident or in the car. So let us know. What do you think? Those watching on Facebook, leave a comment right here and we'll get through a few of those in a moment. In the news this morning, there's been another mass shooting out in California. Police say in Fresno, 10 people were shot at a backyard party last night. 4 of them died. Investigators say roughly 35 people were watching a football game when at least one armed suspect snuck into the gathering and opened fire. Police say that there's no indication the victims knew the suspect and that they're still looking for the gunman. Back in the Twin Cities, officers are investigating a fatal shooting near the Stone Arch Bridge. A man was shot there on Saturday night. It's a popular part of town that recently has had to address some real safety concerns. Neighbors told us that they heard the incident happen but assumed it was a crash as they're not used to seeing violence in the Marcy Homes neighborhood until recently. Police stress that the neighborhood's crime rate is still relatively low despite 2 homicides in the past month or so. And they also stress that people should stay vigilant.
The fact that there is a lot of traffic and it is a pretty dense neighborhood means that we're probably going to get more than our share of crime.
I just think it causes you to take a second look at things and be really conscientious of when you're going out and what you're doing when you're out.
Investigators are still looking for a suspect in that case and motive as well in this weekend's homicide. At the state capitol today, we expect an update on the back and forth conversation to solve the high-priced insulin problem. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has a press conference this morning. Today marks the state Senate's self-imposed deadline to come up with an agreement on moving forward on a path to affordable insulin. The governor wanted both parties to find some kind of common ground before calling a special session, ideally, he says, before Christmas. People are still celebrating the Vikings' huge comeback win against the Broncos. We can't show you the highlights, bummer, but here's Twitter. Minnesota was down 20-0 at halftime, but the Vikings rallied against Denver and came back to win the game 27-23. What a win indeed. After the game, quarterback Kirk Cousins tweeted, "Love the way our fans stuck with us today. Your energy made the difference. #Skol." Across the pond and underwater, Venice is once again dealing with heavy rains and another exceptionally high tide in northern Italy. Floodwaters have inundated the city 3 times in the past week. A break may be on the horizon. Water levels are going down and expected to continue to drop over the next few days. As the holidays approach, doctors are warning parents to be on the lookout for a potentially life-threatening illness. It's not the flu. It's not the cold. It's called respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV. The CDC tells parents to be on the lookout for common cold symptoms along with irritability, fatigue, decreased appetite, apnea, or pauses while breathing, and sometimes a fever. There's no vaccine for RSV. The virus has spread around the holiday season before. And from protecting your health to protecting your wallet, the Better Business Bureau is warning about a secret sister gift exchange going viral online. They call it an illegal pyramid scheme. You may have seen the invitation on social media. People are asked to buy and mail a modest gift to a stranger and told that they will get a certain number of gifts in return. They're also encouraged to invite other people to the gift exchange. The BBB says don't fall for it, as the gifts likely will not show up. Rapper Kanye West talked about his newfound faith yesterday at Pastor Joel Osteen's megachurch in Houston, Texas.
Now, I told you about my arrogance and cockiness already. Now, the greatest artist that God has ever created is now working for him.
West took part in yesterday morning's service with Pastor Rothstein. The rapper's wife, Kim Kardashian West, and their daughter North were also there. Then last night, West and his gospel choir performed at the rapper's Sunday service experience at the same church. Ford is putting a new spin on a classic car. This is the all-electric Mustang Mach-E SUV crossover. It starts at $44,000. It seats 5 people, can travel up to 300 miles on a full battery, and it's meant to compete, of course, with Tesla's lineup of fully electric vehicles. Tesla founder and CEO Elon Musk congratulated Ford on this new vehicle. No more double cups at Dunkin'. A new campaign is alerting customers that they will no longer be allowed to use a foam cup for extra insulation for iced drinks. The coffee chain is phasing out foam cups for paper ones, which are more environmentally friendly. Today we say happy birthday to Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. They both turned 91 today. Don't look a day over, I don't know, 12 maybe? Hard to tell, they're mouses. But they did make their big debuts in the animated movie Steamboat Willie on November 18th, 1928. Walt Disney admitted privately in 1933 that Minnie and Mickey were married, but it's never been officially stated. Okay, let's get back to today's talker. We're going to bring in WCCO's digital guy, Jonathan. Jonathan, what are people saying about this potential nickel fee on plastic and paper bags?
They're saying a number of things today, but mostly they're cool with paying it or just using their own bag. But we do have Debbie saying that apparently they tried this in Texas, and she says it was a big bust there, and they changed the policy shortly afterwards.
A lot of other states have done it, right? I mean, there's a dime fee there was a dime fee in California before they just straight up banned, I think, plastic. I could be wrong about that.
Or didn't the story Minneapolis tried to do this 2 years ago, and then the state came in and said like
you can't ban bags, like, yeah, completely, but that's different from
we also have people like Chris saying like, well, some of these plastic bags, they aren't just single use. They'll like take them home and use them as like a small garbage bag. And so, you know, they're saying it's not quite fair to just say like they're just, you know, just totally trash.
If you reuse them in other ways, then yeah, that's interesting.
Then we have a lot of people like Catherine who just say like, you know, they bring their like cloth bags everywhere now, and they've just adapted to this. And we have Pappy Primo, who may or may not be related to our other digital guy here, and he says they should just do away with these kinds of bags altogether.
Okay, interesting stuff. Thanks so much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. This is the 7:34, and that's all from us here at WCCO. And most of the Twin Cities are on the go, so why not make us your place for mobile news? We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:34, and until then, be nice to each other out on the internet.